and his health care law. But now the finger-wagging governor says that her state will expand Medicaid as outlined by the law.
It's going to create jobs. It's going to keep, particularly our rural hospitals. And it's a moral thing. We've got people that need insurance, and we're paying for it, but the taxpayers are paying for it now. So when you put everything down side by side, it's the right thing to do. It just is impossible to think of doing anything else. Why would I want to send $2 billion to New York or New Jersey or back east to anywhere where they would just squander it, or give it to Colorado?
For more, let's turn to Joan Walsh, editor-at-large, Salon. I just wrote down her comment, impossible to think of doing anything else. My goodness, if they had a change of heart, these Republican governors. What do you make of it?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that's great news about Wendy, Ed. I'm so happy.
Thank you,
she's been
Joan.
in my prayers. They've had a change of heart, and it's a good thing for the people of Arizona. There are only a few of them, but it's interesting, Ed, because it happens to be Susana Martinez in New Mexico and Brian Sandoval in Nevada. So you've got Western states, you've got growing states, you've got Latino states. And so I've got to say there is a political element. God bless her. It's good to pay attention to politics sometimes. Arizona will be a blue state, and she's facing reality. She has a lot of uninsured employed people there. When we talk about this program, we're talking about the working poor, the working class who are working but cannot get insurance through their employer. Latinos are more likely to be in that situation than a lot of others of us. And so she's seeing the truth. She's calling it a moral decision, and I'm happy for that. I think we'll see a few more governors before we're through.
Well, it's interesting. A favorite talking point by the Republicans has been that government spending does not create jobs, and I think that Jan Brewer pretty much took care of that bullet point. What do you think?
Yeah, I was going to point that out. Yes, she wants that $2 billion. It creates jobs. It's good. It's good for the state of Arizona. She doesn't want it going somewhere else. No, they know that. They're not stupid. Most of them aren't stupid. They've turned on this point because it doesn't serve them. But you're starting to see them splinter. Michelle Bachmann cannot get a co-sponsor for her bill to repeal, quote, Obamacare. That didn't happen 2 years ago. You're starting to see some governors and some people in Congress, some Republicans, the Northeastern Republicans, realize that the Tea Party is going to ride them out of their own party if they don't change their politics and get a little bit more tactical about this. So I think you're going to see other cracks like this.
Well, 10 states are currently saying no to Medicaid expansion. Why do you think these governors are blocking this? Does it lack the political component of the 3 states that you mentioned? And I think you're spot on that.
Well, you've got Texas and you've got Florida, so you do have some big, diverse states that have not the same demographics, but comparable demographics, and you've got governors in those states who I think are paying attention to possibly having national ambitions. I don't think Jan Brewer, well, I won't speak for her, but, and I think that there are still some people who think that playing to that Tea Party national base is going to help them with their future. But clearly it's a terrible thing for the people of Texas and the people of Florida, and you may see that it turns around in those states too.
Slowly but surely they come around to what the people want despite all the political rhetoric. Isn't that interesting? The good news is just how many people it's going to help in these states, and that's really what this is all about.
Exactly.
And the more people that get covered, the better outcomes we're going to have, and that's what's going to bring the cost down over time. Joan Walsh, great to have you with us tonight. Thank you. And that is the Ed Show. I'm Ed Show.